I'm gonna tell you, no, for real. If we doing it, let's do it.
What are we doing?
Okay, no, if we doing it, let's doing it. Don't let my answer be something that y'all want to hear. Because I'm not gonna give y'all what y'all want to hear. I'm telling y'all what my truth is.
I hear you.
Okay, my truth is, if I'm not connected to you, I don't care if the dick is big. I don't care if the dick is, you could throw it down and every woman said that shit was good and oh my gosh, you hit the bottom. I don't give a fuck about none of that if I'm not fucking connected to you. I just don't. So sex is not gonna be good to me.
Welcome back to another episode of Model Talk. I'm your host, Teddy J.
And I'm Big Neil.
I'm Monique J.
I'm your girl, CJ Jazz.
And today we have a very special guest in the building. You guys all know her, the one and only Jodeci Bird.
Yeah. Clap that up. Big clap up.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today, Jodeci.
Of course, man. Of course.
So start off by telling us where you from.
Well, I was born in South Dakota, but I can tell you kind of like where I started at is there's nothing in South Dakota. Have you been to South Dakota?
No, I've been to Carolina, not Dakota.
That's a whole other South Dakota on the other
because
side.
There's nothing to do out there.
Right.
And so when I was little, I was 12, right? And I started ghostwriting at 12. And I got my first opportunity from someone in Las Vegas. And because I was selling lyrics. I was slanging them like
slanging lyrics.
Words, man.
Slanging lyrics.
Slanging words.
At 12?
Yeah, at 12.
Okay.
And so when I got my first job at 12 as a ghostwriter, I was like, okay, let me try this. And then after that, I haven't stopped since.
Oh, okay.
But what a lot of people don't know is I started out as a ghostwriter, and now I'm stepping out as my own artist.
Oh, okay. So you want to be in the forefront now?
Yes, because I've been in the rooms. I've been through this shit.
Right.
I heard the shit. I understand that because at a certain point, as a ghostwriter, everybody has to become vulnerable to you at some point.
Yeah.
Because I need to understand your concept. I need to understand where you're coming from, and I need to understand your feelings.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now, a lot of people are a lot of mad because I know shit that they
go through?
Yeah, that they don't know and they don't want it in the public.
Oh,
which I get that. And I would never do that to an artist.
Right.
I would never do that to an artist, but it's like, if you push me.
Good night. I'm
I
crying.
have the BMI credits.
No.
I have the ASCAP and I got the splits. If it's not in my mind, it's in the cloud. If it's not in the cloud, it's on the files. You can't lie to me about me.
Right.
So, Jodeci, how did you make yourself way to Florida coming away from South Dakota?
Just how I told you, man. Like just
writing lyrics. So writing lyrics
and
got
so
you all the way here.
I was going from job to job, and my mom, like honestly, like my whole family situation. That's their situation. I got nothing to say about that. But in South Dakota, there's nothing to do.
Right.
So that's all I had was my mind. If I couldn't, and then I was climbing trees, breaking arms, doing all this shit because there was nothing to do.
Right.
And so I had to use my creative side somehow.
So what music you started off, like what genre of music you started off writing for?
I'm going to tell you this. People can be a gift, but they don't need to be in a box. So all of them.
All of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you want to start doing your own music and start, actually branching out and doing your own thing besides just, ghostwriting and being behind the scenes?
Right. Okay. So my grandfather, he's in the Hall of Fame he passed now, but he's in the Hall of Fame for music. And my grandmother is in the Hall of Fame for art.
Oh.
Yeah. And so in the same Hall of Fame.
Nice.
And so when I was growing up, we were going on these shows, we were doing these tours. My grandpa kind of made like a little Jackson 5 thing out of me and my cousins.
Right.
And I was playing Michael. I was playing the little Michael
He was
role.
up front.
Yeah, but as everybody was growing up, they slowly started taking on their own lives, and I just decided not to quit.
Gotcha. Nice.
Right.
So you're more of a singer, or do you even rap in hip hop or
Everything.
Okay.
My genre is music.
So what's your latest single or music you got out now that we can listen to, or they can listen to?
Well, they can listen to what's on the platforms, but what I have coming up is Rhino. And I just shot, that's why my hair is kind of pink. So yesterday, just shot the video for
it's
Rhino.
Called Rhino.
The song
like
is called
Rhino.
Rhino?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yes. Right. And it's very, it's produced by Legion Beats.
Okay.
They're the beats that did it. They come from California. And then the producer who actually like engineered it, she comes from Miami. And now it's being released on a whole different platform.
Good.
And so we're doing it a whole lot different.
Nice. So on Model Talk, this is a platform where we introduce artists, we interview you guys, and we also bring up topics, relationship topics, and we discuss it. So today's topic is going to be what makes a man or a woman good in bed.
Okay, well, you're barking up the right tree.
Oh God.
We're gonna have everybody's opinions, and whoever's ready to go, let's go.
I think the most important thing when you're, I guess let's just say having sex with someone. I don't know why it was so weird for me to say that. But anyways, you're having sex with someone. I think the most important thing is like being vulnerable to your partner and communicating like what you like and what you don't like. And if you can't be that comfortable with that partner where you at least communicate that, whether it's through body language or through words, then it's not going to be a good time. You're probably not going to be good in bed, even though that person may be great in bed, but they just don't know how to please you, particularly because you may have different things that
you like.
make your pussy wet or make your dick hard, make your balls jump, you know?
Okay, I agree with that. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, listen. This is what I want. This is what I need. And at the same time, sex is sacred.
Yeah.
And we believe, and this might come from my native blood.
Yeah.
But you're transferring energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe that.
And I will never forget this shit because I'm a model as well. And I will tell you guys this shit in confidence. I've never heard some more hoery fuckery in one sentence. So I was at a shoot, right?
Right.
And this girl, and I'm telling you guys, this girl, she got off because I put my headphones on because I don't like to hear their shit. And she took her headphones out, or I took my headphones out. She asked me to, and she said, "Does it count if you have socks on?" And I said, "Excuse me, bitch. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Does it count?" And I'm like
socks on their feet or on his dick?
No,
Because maybe sock was a reference as a condom.
No, she mean a condom.
Maybe she meant a condom.
She said sock mean a condom. Like,
no, and then as soon as I said yes, if you're getting entered, it counts.
Yeah.
And then the whole room with the other models erupted because then they were all like, "Oh no, some of us are. Oh yeah, see, I told you." Oh, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Putting
Only
my
women
headphones
do that,
back
though.
on. Bye bye. Like I'm like, "Oh shit."
I don't know
I'm
why
saying
socks
only
matter.
women can come up with something that's make it not count.
It don't count if it's little.
It don't count if it's
And it's like, bitch, I don't need to hear about what you got going on.
Right.
Whatever's going on between me and who is between me and them.
Yeah.
But we
know
talking
what I
about what make you
you
good
good
at
in
that
bed.
moment. Yeah.
So
we're talking about what
In that
at
moment.
that moment. Yeah.
I think
knowing, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
No. Well, for me, I think that sex is beautiful when it's not forced.
Yes.
Like, I love when sex is just literally, the vibe. Everything is just kind of flowing properly. Like, everything is, just kind of going into that space. Because when it's forced, it's awkward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you feel
And
like,
you can tell.
oh, he wants sex, so now I got to give it to him because he took me on a date or whatever the case
hell
is.
no.
Like, I just think that when it's not forced and it's natural and it's beautiful, that spiritual is going to come out. That mental, you know what I'm saying? Is
Yeah.
going to come
What
out.
about the actual sex?
No, if it's not forced, the actual sex to me helps me to be like relaxed. It helps me to be in my freak mode. It helps me to be like real open. Like, my energy is going to be in a space where I'm open, I'm free, let's run it. But if it's not, like, if it is forced, I'm sorry, it's going to be like you holding back a little bit. You
But
in
isn't
your head,
forced
you
sex
thinking about
rape?
it.
No, yeah,
That
that's
sounds
what,
like rape
but
to
we
me.
ain't gonna-
Well, I'm saying
What
forced
is
as
happening?
in, no, I'm saying forced as, not forced as in he's physically forcing you, but forced as in
Like, you
not
feel
letting it
obligated.
flow.
really
You
feel
feel
like
obligated.
Obligation,
Listen,
or you feel
right.
like,
I got a
if I
statement
don't
to
do
make on
this, then, you know, this or that. Because that does happen sometimes where, you know, you kind of just feel like sex is implied, but not really said.
But it's always implied. That's
But also that, okay, sorry for cutting you off.
Let me make this
sex
statement.
is not a payment. You cannot trade my energy for just because you want to.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
Okay,
Sex
let's talk
is a
about
payment.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Sex, it got to be intentional between the two people. Like you saying it's not forced, it just happened, but it's always your intent first. It got to be an intent before it even can happen. Like
the intention is there, but it's not forced. I don't know the other word that y'all want me to use besides forced. Like no.
The intent is there.
I don't know what other words y'all want me to use beside the word forced. To me,
you gotta elaborate
people,
when you talk like
because
that.
to me,
You know what I'm
people
saying?
really be like, you know what I'm saying? They be in a space where it's like, okay, let me touch on her thigh. Let me get her ready for the fact that I want sex. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the woman may not want sex. But if you in a natural vibe and y'all kicking it and y'all cool and y'all having a lot of fun together, then it's automatic. It almost becomes automatic.
That's almost
like
like
your
mind
movie
reading though.
scenes. You know, when you get home from the
Well,
club
like
and y'all
you said,
giggle,
the energy is being
bump into
exchanged.
each other.
I'm looking
That's
at you
what
a
I'm
certain
saying.
type of way. You looking at me a certain type of way. Sometimes you look at that person, you already know. Boom.
But
Okay,
that's
this
that
where we
rubbing
at.
and that touching
You know
and
what I'm
that
saying?
looking, all of that go together.
No, but that's
Right,
what
but
I'm saying.
it's still not necessarily like forced. Some niggas be forcing it. That's all I'm gonna say. Some niggas be forcing the
Monique is
shit.
right,
They know
because
you
it's
ain't
like-
trying to fuck them.
Monique is
They know
right.
you ain't
So-
trying to do the shit, and they still
Hold
be
on,
on
babe.
some like, let me put you in that space so that I can get what the fuck I want. I don't like that shit.
But how he's supposed to know or not know that you in that space if he don't know?
Okay, so riddle
No,
me this.
he's gonna know
Riddle me
because as
this,
soon as he
and
starts trying
riddle
to
me
force it,
that.
I'm gonna be like, sir, don't force it.
Riddle
we're
me
good.
this,
We ain't
and
on
riddle
that
me
tonight.
that.
Period.
Right.
There's a masculine energy, but a lot of times females can get manipulative, and they think that they can get their way by that. And so if you want to tell a motherfucker, hey, yeah, I wanna exchange energy.
Right.
But you can't just be like, okay, I want this, and that, and the third, and then expect them to be like, okay, now why don't you want, like, now I can't get that?
I get exactly what you saying.
Yeah.
So it's
You know
a
what I'm saying?
spiritual thing.
And you don't get what she's saying?
No.
Yeah.
She's saying females know when they want it. But they want the man to be the mind reader of knowing when she want it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
then
I
she's
don't want you to be a
also
mind
saying-
reader
she's
because when I
also
want it,
saying-
I'm also
Go
gonna. It's gonna come out. You're gonna know that I want it.
She's
How?
also saying that women put stipulations on it. So, like, you know, you want to sleep with me.
Right.
And so what I'm going to do is you need to take me out to dinner. You need to take me shopping. You need
That
to pay
too.
my rent. My nails need to be done.
Right.
Da, 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 da. It's going to be a list of things before I feel as though, you know, a woman is going to give up the pussy. I
Right.
feel like that's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we put
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
I'm looking
things
at it
on top of that.
differently.
Even
Yeah.
though we already know we want to smash.
Right.
Like, why we got to do all of that? Like,
Exactly.
let's just
Well,
get
because
to
think
it.
most
men be
females try to get as
manipulating it.
much, like you said, manipulation.
Yeah.
They try to get as much out of it.
Right.
Men, we more direct.
Yeah.
If we know we want you, we let you know that. We try to
Yeah.
engage. We
And you
try to
call
do
it-
sexual. But a woman will be like, shit, I know I want him, but maybe
Let me
I
see
can
what
get maybe I can get a diamond ring or
Yeah.
a diamond chain out of this.
I'm
or
crying.
let me get a meal.
I'm trying real hard. I don't know. I think men, maybe
No, but he's right.
my
He's right.
position and the way that I am, I don't know. Men be forcing it. Men be doing that. They be trying to manipulate
'Cause
you,
men go
take
after
you
what they
out
want.
on dates, do all of
That's
these
'cause
things
y'all
that
want
they
that.
know that they don't really
Wait.
want to do because all they trying to do is smash.
Monique,
and then they'll still be doing all that just to try to get you in the bed.
Monique.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you not go on those dates?
Ooh.
But I like you, Jodeci. But hey,
Ooh.
hey, I like
And I
you,
was about to
Jodeci.
say, because
Oh, yeah.
don't you want to be one and
yeah.
done?
Like-
Like, for me, I would tell them straight up, you could be hitting me up all night trying to get at me. You got to take me out or something first. Like, the fuck, I'm just not going to
So
smash.
it's crazy
Like,
because
you
it's
gotta
like,
spend some
okay,
time
yes,
with me.
I'll go on
You
the
gotta
date,
spend some
but I
time
don't see
with
where
me.
I'm still like, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm so confused because yes, okay, yeah, I went on the date, but
Yeah.
that does not automatically
Now you
mean to
feel forced.
assume. Not necessarily that I feel
Whoa.
forced. Shut up, Neil. What I'm saying is, if we go on the date, it doesn't necessarily mean automatically assume that we're having sex that
That's
night.
why you
No,
feel
yeah,
forced,
of
though.
course.
True.
Of course.
That part, yeah.
But
Yeah,
I know
like,
that's
I
that's
don't
true.
know. I'm
I
a
agree
little
with
bit
that. I agree with
confused
that.
by
I
that.
agree with it.
So, and if I take you on another date and another date, it still doesn't mean we're doing anything. Is what you're saying?
No,
Yeah,
what
and
I'm
then she gonna
saying
feel
is
forced.
allow it. No, that's not what I'm saying. Shut the hell up, Neil. What I'm saying is allow that to flow. Allow that to happen.
That's why he taking
you out. He's allowing
Okay, right. You take me on a date, but on the first date doesn't mean that we gonna smash. Now, if on the first date we do smash, cool.
But how you gonna
But
know?
don't
Only you know
like-
that. you the gatekeeper of whether or not that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Unless it's forced.
Yeah.
And you got raped.
It's like if you hungry,
Oh my gosh, that force word got y'all in the chokehold.
if you want to be fed, if you want food, you gotta ask.
You got it.
You're not just gonna sit here. Oh, it's gonna fall from the sky.
And then-
so if the guy wants you, he gotta eventually let his intentions be known.
Yeah,
that he
his
wants
intent.
you.
Okay, absolutely.
So it's not him forcing it.
It's
It's
just
just
letting
more
you know.
preparing it, like preparing the meal.
Yeah.
And so, okay, and this is just my opinion. It's like, okay, if you got the Uber or you got the dinner, I got the ride. If you got this, I got the that.
These females ain't trying to
If
get
you got
nothing,
that,
Jodeci.
I got the this.
Yeah.
Don't be
But
saying
you-
that to
I
all
can't-
females because
Jodeci,
I'm
you
not
females
saying-
they try-
I'm not speaking about all females.
I'm
I'm
talking
talking
to him.
about
Majority of these
I'm
females
talking to him.
ain't trying to pay
well,
one
I'm not.
penny.
I'm a minority, motherfucker.
well, I paid for
I'm
dates
native.
before, so I mean, like I said, everything for me happens on
When
a
was
natural
this?
vibe.
But what is this natural
20
vibe
20
thing you
years ago?
speak of?
That's your time.
A natural vibe is a
you're
natural
gonna-
vibe. I don't understand
Like a
how more to
natural
explain
chemistry.
that. Like
She's
a
talking
natural
about-
chemistry, like a natural like
So what you're saying is what makes sex good?
attraction and chemistry that's just there. Like I don't know where it would like either it's there or it's not.
It's
Yeah.
like a twin flame. You know, you guys
Like,
just
I don't know.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like
I get
either
what
it's
you're
there or
saying.
it's not. And if it's not there, don't force it.
So back to the
Period.
question. The
I
question.
get that. Yeah, I get that.
The answer to your question is when we said what makes sex good, you're just saying
The
just for it to
vibe
be
gotta be
natural.
there
When
in
you
order
want
for
it.
it to be good.
When,
In order for me to
So
open
what about
up,
the actual sex?
be
my
vulnerable.
mental gotta be there. My heart gotta be there. I gotta want it. You gotta want it. We gotta be in that space.
We
If we're not
both-
in that space, then it's forced, and we both just trying to do it just because we feel like we want to fuck each other.
Sex besides all the guru stuff.
Yeah, he talking about
Yeah,
physical.
There's actually something that's gonna make
I
you
get
feel
what you're saying.
good.
You're talking about the
Dick
mental
ain't
game.
always gonna make me feel
Pinate,
good if I'm not
dog.
there.
Yeah.
So when I
say
get what
so.
you're saying is like on a spiritual level.
If a man
Yeah.
got a dick like
you
this, I don't
both
care if you
have to
dare, you ain't gonna
agree,
feel it.
because at the same time you have to become vulnerable
Yeah.
to each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
But if it's one sided, it's not gonna work.
That's what. That's
That's what
exactly
she's
what I'm
saying.
saying.
That's what she's saying.
Like we
I
both
get
gotta be in
you.
a vulnerable space
Monique
of
is giving
actually like
a good
wanting to be there.
political. You're giving a good political answer.
Some men and some women know the anatomy of the body. Like some people know how to get people off. That's what they do. So if they good at what they do and they make you get off, doesn't that mean that the sex is good?
Yeah.
And that's another
This
thing.
not a
Mama-
question for me.
Yes
I'm
or no?
not.
I'm just asking.
It's not that sex is not that surface level
All
for
right,
me.
you don't
So
have to yell.
But
my
that's
God.
not the question.
It's just
the
not.
question is, but Monique,
ahead, CJ, go ahead.
today
Let
the
CJ.
topic of the conversation is what makes a man or woman good in bed.
What,
It
is
doesn't-
he
wait,
beating
wait,
it
let me
up real
finish,
good? It's
Because I've been
good?
trying to talk this whole time. And y'all
Sorry,
keep
go ahead,
cutting me the
CJ.
Fuck off.
go ahead, baby.
Go ahead.
So y'all gonna give me a moment.
Go ahead.
All
that
right.
moment.
So the question is, what makes a man or female good in bed?
Yeah.
It don't matter how many dates we went on.
Yeah,
It don't
none
matter
of that
about the
matter.
chemistry. It don't matter about none of that shit. We talking about the moment in bed. Our clothes are off. We're naked. What's going to be going on? How do
How
I
gonna
feel
make it-
afterwards?
Yeah.
I think the most important thing about that act is being selfless.
The
Because
the
no,
other
just being
person-
selfless. Because if you're selfish,
Yeah.
then their other partner is not going to be pleased. If you're
course.
all about yourself and
I-
bang, 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 and get your nut, it's just like, okay,
I think
well,
when you really like, if you really just,
I don't know
like you
how I
say,
get
being
selfless
selfless
if
and
I'm
like
not-
trying to. If my goal is to please you
Yeah.
when we having sex, I just want her to feel like whatever. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm sucking toes, I'm rubbing down. I mean, you doing all kind of stuff.
exploring
Not
my
just
body.
trying to bust for
Right,
me,
right.
because I can just. A dude can just be
Bust
in it
it
ready
off
to
of-
jump
yeah.
in, get his, and get out.
And
Right.
you don't think a girl can't do the same?
Yeah, they can.
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. So I'm saying if each person is
If each
more
person trying to
concerned
go-
with
The other
pleasing the
person.
other person,
Yeah.
I think that helps
That'll
to
make
make
it be
sex
good, yeah.
better. I don't care about all this, all that stuff before.
How many
Like
days
you
you
said, you
got
can
to
take
carry.
someone
Yeah.
on 50 dates, and when it's time to have sex,
That should be God.
you ain't
It could be
doing
sucky.
nothing. You know what I mean?
But you guys ever seen the movie 50 First Dates?
I seen it.
I haven't.
Yeah,
No, I think 50 Shades of Grey. I
No,
ain't seen
not
50 First
50
Nah, I
Dates.
ain't
First
seen
Dates
50
with
First
Adam
Dates.
Sandler.
With Adam Sandler, yeah.
Oh, I think I saw that.
He
Yeah.
had to earn her heart every
Every time,
single
every day.
day.
Because
Yeah.
she had like memory issues or some shit
But
like
that
that,
was
right?
made just for women.
And that's
I'm
how
crying.
you have to treat your woman, and that's how you have to
That's
treat
why it was
your
just a
man.
movie.
There is such thing as a woman king, and there's also such thing
A
as a
woman
king.
king.
However, you have to share the same vision because otherwise you're getting nowhere real fast.
But like
Look
I
at
was saying,
Monique. I
I gotta-
hear what Monique.
I gotta.
Monique's like, no, I'm the
Monique,
queen,
you don't
bitch.
want a man to take
I'm
his
the queen.
time to figure out what makes you squirm, what makes your pussy
Yeah,
wet, what
and
makes
that's
you
what
cream.
matters.
You know what? Like if a
Yeah,
woman,
but I feel like that happens. I don't know. I'm just not on the same wavelength as y'all when it comes to
Like when
this
women use
this
toys.
topic.
No,
Like
but
when
that's
women
why
use
we
toys,
talk.
you
That's
know,
why we talk.
someone
They get off,
learns
right?
your body and someone makes it feel good. Okay, great, but how the fuck do you get there?
We're talking about if everybody's there, like guys we
at the
dated,
moment, butt naked,
partners. You're in this position. You're having sex. Forget about the dating. Forget about whatever. You're
we there.
there.
Yeah, you there.
If you need to be in love, you're in love at this point. You know what I'm saying? Whatever
What
needs to happen.
makes
It good.
the sex
for
good?
that
Because you
person.
can love someone, be in love, and like, damn, the sex ain't, So what makes the sex good to you?
Right.
In my opinion, I just think them knowing what you like, and for them to know what you like, y'all have to kind of express it, whether it's
taking the time
verbally or
to find it.
non-verbal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm here with y'all now.
You
Are you
with me
there?
now?
Are you with us
there?
now,
We
with
together
Monique?
now?
Yes,
No,
now
you're on the
I
same page,
understand the
same book?
question.
Okay, so
Like, to know
Monique,
my
you
kink.
can. It's easy to bust a nut.
Yeah.
It's harder to take care of someone while
Yeah.
they're taking
Right.
care of you.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You gotta
so
take
that's
care
like-
of my.
It's sacred.
Yeah, so definitely, okay, I'm gonna make it sweet and short.
I'm crying.
You gotta be short.
No, sweet and short.
Let
This is
us
my
know
only
what you like.
answer.
Yeah.
Someone who is a pleaser.
Yeah.
Someone who loves to please me and I love to please them.
Right.
Then we can explore and we can go deep and we can have all of the, whatever it is that you like, certain things that you've been wanting to try, maybe with the past person, but you never got a chance to try it. Okay, now, it can be fun. We can try it together and we can just explore different like options or whatever. Yes, that makes the sex great.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Yeah,
You're so.
here we
That
go.
doesn't even sound real.
Ambiance make
Hey,
it great.
Monique.
Yeah, y'all see how that
What?
shit
I
happened
see
within
your
3
face and
minutes?
everything when you
I'm
said
sorry,
that.
I'm a soul connection person.
She got this politically
I'm
correct
not
ass
it's
answer,
not
man.
politically correct. I am a soul connection person. I'm
Monique
not
is
just going to be
so
jumping
stuck.
into no bed with just people just to, let me tell y'all this, and I'm being honestly and I'm being so real. I'm gonna tell you,
line
no,
that.
for real. If we doing it, let's do it.
What
My
are we
thing
doing?
is, okay, no, if we doing it, let's doing it.
Do
Don't let my answer be something that y'all want to hear. Because
Right.
I'm not gonna give y'all what y'all want to hear. I'm telling y'all what my truth is.
I hear you.
Okay, my truth is, if I'm not connected to you, I don't care if the
It's
dick
not
is
gonna be
big.
good.
I don't care if the dick is you could throw it down and every woman said that shit was good and oh my gosh, you hit the bottom. I don't give a fuck about none of that if I'm not fucking connected to you. I just don't. So sex is not gonna be good to me.
Right.
If I don't have that fucking connection
Okay,
with you,
so
it's just gonna
there
be
we
an
go.
action.
Monique.
But we just
That was
said
the most-
It's
you're
just gonna be an
connected.
action, regardless if you pleasing me, regardless if you eating my pussy right, and you feel like you're doing all the right things.
But Monique-
if I'm not there with you, it's just gonna be an act, and I'm
Listen,
gonna feel like it was a waste of fucking time. Period.
Okay, so
There
Monique,
you go.
Period.
why do you put
Exactly.
yourself in those positions to have
Because
those
that's how
waste
I
of time
feel.
moments and feel like
It's not that I put myself in a position to like have a waste of time moment, but what I'm saying,
because you could just say
things-
no and walk
It's not
away.
even about you
Wait.
can just say no. Things happen. You know what I'm saying?
Things do happen.
Things happen. You know what I'm saying? And some niggas feel like if I'm doing this to this, like if they're not listening to their partner and they're not actually connecting with their partner, you know what I'm saying? I could say all the shit that I want and they can actually get in the bedroom and do what they feel like is going to please
So
me.
it's gonna be garbage.
And it's garbage because I'm like,
Basuda.
we are not connected in that certain place. And that's just it. So it's not necessarily about, oh, why would you put yourself in a position to whatever? I might like you. I might feel like you cool. I might feel like, okay, we vibe, whatever, and I think we on the same page. But then sexually, we just may not be on the fucking same page.
Mom,
and if
you
we're
just
not,
contradict yourself right there.
How? Go ahead.
Because you just said if you didn't have that connection.
Whoa, Jess, I'm gonna cut you off.
No,
I
no.
love you, but I'm gonna cut you off. She just made her statement.
I don't think I
She
contradicted
did.
myself.
I was about to explain
But
why
go
I thought
ahead.
she.
Tell
I
me
could
how
be
I
wrong,
contradicted
but how
myself.
I thought
Go
she
ahead,
contradicted
speak, Jess.
No, go
herself.
ahead,
But
CJ.
y'all didn't just.
I want to hear this.
Go
No,
ahead,
no,
Jess.
go ahead, baby.
Jess.
I'm
I want to hear
listening.
it.
Jeez, Louise.
I
Go,
wanna
Jess.
hear it.
I was saying because you've been harping so hard on building this connection and having some type of understanding with one another
Man,
before
she
you get.
just made
That's
her
what
statement.
makes sex good.
Can I finish? Can I please finish?
Yes. Okay.
Go ahead.
Because you've been
finish.
cutting everybody off, and I don't like to be cut off because I'm gonna turn into Monique in a minute.
Go ahead, baby.
Because there's no need for all of this. Y'all, one person, one mic. One mic.
Let's go, baby.
All right, cool beans. So what I feel is though, because you're saying, you got to build up the connection, and I'm gonna fuck up my whole thought because now I got a lot of shit going through my head.
No, go
But
ahead.
anyways,
And that's your head, Jess.
just let me finish.
Yes, baby.
You were saying about building up the connection
It's gonna be a good ass
and
show.
all that good stuff. And then you just said that you thought he was cool and it's a vibe, and then you smash and it's not what you thought it was. That was the whole topic of the night. Y'all done built up that connection and now y'all are in the bedroom.
Bucket
what makes
naked.
him have good sex? And you literally just answer him doing what he wants to do and not listening to what you're saying. Yes, that makes him a sucky lover. But if he was to listen to you, then the vibes that you already built will be even more massive in the bed.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely.
you were just saying the opposite earlier. You were so stuck on building when the whole time we wanted you to say that which you just said.
So listen.
And you got so aggressive
No,
and
no,
so
no.
defensive
Okay,
when you
no.
literally just finally
Okay,
answered the
just
same
Monique.
thing.
No, no, that's just
Monique, yeah.
Contradiction
That's just
wasn't the
Monique.
right word. I didn't mean to use contradiction.
Yeah, it's not a contradiction.
But you
Yeah.
finally answered the question
gave
after
a more elaborate
fighting and
answer.
punching so hard.
But it's not even
Passionate.
that. The way that I understood the question from the beginning was what makes sex good
Great, yeah.
to you?
Yeah.
And so that's what I answered. I said, what makes sex good to me is having that connection.
All right.
That's what
the
I
short
said.
answer.
So when I just said just now that, we could probably be building the connection, I feel like we're on a certain wave, and then you get into bed and do what you want to do, then that connection is now broken because it's lost in the sauce somewhere. Obviously,
Yeah,
we
facts.
weren't
Connect,
in
right.
that space.
Yeah.
So the sex would not be good to me.